I'll give you one thing. I did not expect anything that happened on this episode tonight. So this is a speed recap / review of the series finale of Game of Thrones. And it will be riddled with spoilers, so you've been warned, plus there's a sidebar thing here. Anyway, before we get started, thank you for watching. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe to see more videos by me. So we start with Tyrion, Jon, and Davos taking in the destruction that Daenerys caused in episode 5. We see that Dany has authorized Grey Worm to execute anyone that serves Cersei, and Jon and Grey Worm butt heads about it because Jon's like, they already surrendered, WTF. But Jon stands down and he decides to take it up with the Queen. Tyrion makes his way into the castle because he wants to confirm whether or not his siblings are indeed dead, and we get confirmation that they are. Then Daenerys addresses her army and says, we're not gonna stop here. She's gonna take the fight to every realm if she must, aka become a tyrant, and Tyrion's like, I quit! So Tyrion is in prison for treason and for letting Jaime go, and right before she leaves, Dany gives Jon those, you got something to say eyes? So Jon goes to see Tyrion, and Tyrion all but says, you gotta take out this mad queen, and Jon's like, well, I support the queen. And Tyrion's like, you think he's gonna let your sisters live? And Jon's like, So Jon goes to see Dany in the Iron Throne room, or whatever it's called, and Dany's like, you gotta help me lead. Jon says, you'll forever be my queen. They go in to kiss, and then he stabs her in the most cliche way possible. But there it is, Daenerys of the House of Targaryen, the breaker of chains, the mother of dragons, the drinker of Starbucks, the burner of cities, and the hair of the many unnecessary braids, dies. 20 minutes into the episode. Anyway, Drogon senses it and he gets pissed. He's heartbroken, he looks like he's about to burn Jon, but then he burns the Iron Throne to a crisp and then takes Dany's body, flies off into the sun, and we never see him again. Then 3 to 4 weeks later, Jon has been in prison and Tyrion is brought before the lords and ladies of Westeros. They're like, we need to determine Jon's punishment, but we don't have a king, so who should be king? Then there's a super awkward and out of place moment where Sansa's uncle denounces himself as king and blah blah blah, talking. They all decide that the ruler should be chosen by the lords and ladies of Westeros. After a long speech, Tyrion proposes that it should be someone that knows all, sees all, survived a fall out of a window. Bran. It's Bran. Of all people, Bran is chosen to be king. Then Sansa's like, I love you, little bro, but Winterfell's staying its own kingdom, SARS. And then when Bran is asked if he accepts, he's like, why do you think I came all this way? Okay, Bran, so what you're saying is you've been working the system the whole time to become king? You little asshole. Anyway, Tyrion becomes the hand to Bran, and then Jon is sent to the Night's Watch. Again. Essentially because freeing him would anger the Unsullied and keeping him imprisoned would anger the Starks. So I guess this is a happy median. Anyway, as Jon says goodbye to Queen Sansa and King Bran, Arya's like, oh, BT dubs, I'm leaving too. I'm going to explore the unknown land west of Westeros where the map ends. Cool. So now we see Lady Brienne or Sir Brienne or Knight Brienne or whatever, and she's completing Jaime's Knight's Tale or something. So she's head knight of Bran's court, and Tyrion is the hand, Bronn is master of coin, Davos is master of ships, Samwell is Grand Maester, and Sir Podrick as the wheelchair pusher. After this, we get cuts between Jon settling in at the Night's Watch, Sansa officially announced as queen, and Arya on a ship preparing to explore the world. We actually see Jon reunited with Ghost, which is probably the best part of the episode. Then he leads all the wildlings back out to the north beyond the wall. He flashes this look back to the Night's Watch like, y'all, I ain't coming back, peace, and then the series ends. Okay, so in my opinion, there were moments that I did like, there were moments I also wasn't very satisfied with. And for me to say I completely enjoyed it would be a lie. It felt both rushed and also too long at the same time. They rushed to kill Daenerys and spent a bit too much time on these downer moments with the characters after all was said and done. I mean, they spent almost a minute of Tyrion sitting at a table and then straightening out chairs. I understand why certain choices were made and I totally respect them. Do I completely agree though? Nah. But some of these choices did feel unearned. And for me, the best parts were Jon reuniting with Ghost and Sansa officially becoming queen. Sansa becoming queen felt earned. I'd even go as far as saying I buy Arya leaving. It suits her. And yes, even Jon going to live with the wildlings, that suits him too. The symbolism of this great Stark Targaryen leader going to live a simple life with the wildlings. Great, I love it. But to just shit on Daenerys' story arc was a little insulting. And I totally know she had to die after what she did. But it felt very rushed and unsatisfying. And these are just first thoughts right after the episode, but most of the episode did feel a little boring. Once they killed Dany, nothing was at stake anymore, and we were just watching everything play out, and we just lingered on with his closure. But I digress, the show is over, and most people ended up where they wanted, so there's that. In all honesty though, this is probably the weakest episode for me, and this is coming from someone who actually did enjoy season 8 and gave it the benefit of the doubt each week. As a series finale though, it is kind of nice to see where everyone's story arc went and how it concluded. It's never easy to end a TV show, and this is the route they decided to go, so have to accept that. Alright, thank you so much for watching and making it to the end. I'll be releasing a full review of Season 8 within the next couple of weeks, so you keep an eye out for that. What did you think about the series finale of Game of Thrones? Comment below with your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. And if you like it even more, hit that little notification bell to be alerted anytime I upload any new videos. Until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds.